Raids on refugee camps, clashes with resistance fighters, detentions akin to kidnapping, settlers and soldiers marauding their way through towns and villages, killing civilians and tearing down homes. On top of genocide in Gaza, Israel has made tormenting people on a daily basis the new norm in the occupied West Bank.
These daily attacks have become a normal routine. They're coordinated by the Israeli army. The settlers have an upper hand. They can invade cities, burn cars, equipment, attack people, Palestinian farmers. And this aligns perfectly with the big vision of the current Israeli government to prepare for annexing the West Bank.
Independent reporting took a hit after Israel closed Al Jazeera's offices in Jerusalem, then Ramallah. The misery in Gaza keeps it in focus, but out of view, Israel has turned parts of the occupied West Bank into what Palestinians there describe as mini Gazas. The closure of our offices, a move engineered to obscure those perspectives. All while children are gunned down in the street. Attacks on hospitals, power and water cuts forcing people out of their homes, setting up more and more outposts on stolen land. It is all happening at pace, but smaller in scale, so it is getting less attention. But make no mistake, for Israeli leaders, the West Bank is the real prize. Palestinians say there are multiple Israels. There is a socially liberal security state, a like-minded friend to Western allies in the Middle East. They all see Gaza as a security threat, hence the war. Then there is the Israel of the far right, religious ideologues for whom annexing the West Bank is biblical prophecy and divine right. And there has been no better time for these partisans to press their agenda.
This is actually a political ideology, not a religious one. It's fueled by religion. And some of the people who are in this coalition, this current coalition, are certainly part of the religious right, but many who are in this coalition are not. Many of them are just your run-of-the-mill racist right-wingers.
They control government, have seriously weakened Palestinian resistance. Eyes are on Gaza, and Donald Trump is back in the White House.
Congratulations.
During his first term, he moved the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv, breaking with decades of U.S. policy to recognize so-called biblical Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Setting the stage for his political comeback, he cast a Bible thumper in the role of his new ambassador.
Thank you all very much.
I think Israel would only be acting on the property it already owns. I think Israel has title deed to Judea and Samaria. There are certain words I refuse to use. There is no such thing as a West Bank. It's Judea and Samaria. There's no such thing as a settlement. They're communities, they're neighborhoods, they're cities. There's no such thing as an occupation.
In the last few days, U.S. President Joe Biden's administration sanctioned more settlers and said it is drafting a resolution to the UN Security Council to oppose Israel's control over the occupied West Bank. Feckless moves by an outgoing leader.
Those against?
Whose administration provided political cover for Israel's slaughter of Palestinians at every turn. With a sense of foreboding, Palestinians in the occupied West Bank say, after getting away with Gaza, they believe the West Bank is next. Because to them it has become abundantly clear. Israel will be allowed to do whatever it wants. Zein Basravi, Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.